Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
Welcome to episode 47. Yeah, welcome to episode 47 of the Giant Enemy Crab Podcast. I'm your host, Fliz. I'm joined by these wonderful fine gentlemen. We got Tsun, we got Mr. Kylar, we got Mr. Strider, and we're here to bring you the news again. I'd ask out how y'all doing, but I know how we're doing. We were playing that game with the spaceships and the lasers.
Dude, things are getting intense. I was trying.
It you know, my opinion swayed a little bit, but we'll get into that after the news. First off, or no, we'll do the news after, because we will, that way we're all super fresh. First off, leave a like and a comment. Tell us what you want us to talk about. We'll look into some stuff. I'm happy for that. It helps us a lot, because that's the only way YouTube goes, hey, look, people look at this. You'd be the most wonderful people in the world if you did. But otherwise, that's Oh, also, if you have any suggestions for what we should do for our 50th episode, which is coming up pretty quick here. Do you guys have any ideas or?
We're
all such creative geniuses. I get it.
Maybe we're gonna do Minecraft. It's gonna be a Minecraft episode. Nope. We're gonna go about Minecraft.
I'm done with the podcast. Goodbye. You love Minecraft. What are you talking about?
That makes one of us.
I've seen you play multiple mod packs for hours.
That's true.
He's outing you. He's putting you on blast. What you gonna do? We're gonna play Minecraft for the 50th episode. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that.
Aww.
No, we're not doing that.
What's great is it's only going to be audio. There's no video. It's just you just hear, you just listen to Fliz walking around, play some blocks, blowing up to a creeper.
I thought you were gonna say listen to someone just crash out.
Pretty much, you'll just hear me being silent and not being interested in playing.
You won't hear anything. What do you
whatsoever.
mean?
Yeah,
I'm cracking open his Rockstar.
Yep. We guys, are we done yet? I don't want to anymore.
Can you get your real-time reaction to playing the Disneyland mod pack?
Ooh.
I have played the Disneyland mod pack with my daughter. I already did it.
Stuck on the roller coaster.
He's a Minecraft connoisseur, but not by choice.
Not by choice. Never by choice. The only other thing is it's Mother's Day tomorrow. You guys gonna do anything nice for your moms?
Ooh. I'm gonna show her our latest episode of the podcast.
She's gonna disown you.
No.
This is the last Mother's Day.
90% that she's just gonna tell me to leave her the fuck alone tomorrow.
Get away from me.
Wow.
Because she's
because
she's getting home tonight from work. It's always the day after. It's just leave her alone.
Fliz will be your mother tomorrow.
No, I won't, because I'm gonna go cook my mom breakfast.
Ooh, what flavor?
So there. I don't know, whatever she wants. Oh, I'm going to try and make eggs Benedict. I'm going to try and make hollandaise sauce. So I might need some tips from you soon.
Have fun.
It'll be my first time and I'm going to fail space. It's going to just be like wet yellow muck. Happy Mother's Day.
Treat it very carefully.
Oh, I usually treat my mom very well.
No, I mean like when you make the hollandaise, you got to treat it very carefully.
Okay, well, I hope everyone out there is treating their moms well.
I'm gonna be cooking for so many moms tomorrow.
Yeah, you got it. I have faith in you. Wildgate. We talked about this game a couple months ago.
I don't remember how long ago it was.
About a month ago, and we got into the beta, or at least some of us did. And you can invite people, and so we've all tested it out yesterday, and we played a little more today. My opinions are invalid because I only like a certain type of game, apparently. So, what y'all think so far?
I think it's really fun. I enjoy it. I think it has issues, and there are parts of the game that can be frustrating. But I think overall, it's a very fun game.
Auto pistol simulator.
Auto pistol's so nice.
Dude, that's the only thing I saw in the goddamn kill feed was the auto pistol.
Yeah, it's so good, especially if you're trying to prevent people from boarding you. Oh my god, sitting outside your ship. It's great. I love it.
It has so much ammo in it.
We're just revealing that none of us can aim.
True. Honestly, it does a lot of damage too.
No one in the game can because everybody's using it.
Look, I was the pilot for our last game. If y'all don't know, okay, Wild Game, the beta just came out, the community preview. It's here for 2 days. Try and get it. This by the time this is out, it'll be over. Never mind. But we'll have footage up going. It is, look, it really is like Sea of Thieves in space. That's like the easiest way for me to put it. Competitive Sea of Thieves in space. You get your spaceship and your crew of 4, and you go look for a thing and then try to escape the map with a thing while everybody's hunting the thing and you. And you're doing like first person shooting, you're looting things, you're flying the ship, you're defending the ship, you're coming up with plans, you're mining, you're doing like lots of stuff. Our first game, I was done. Our first round took an hour.
Yeah.
And I was not about the game from that point on. But since then, I've played a little bit. This is by the ex-devs from Overwatch, yeah?
From Blizzard as a whole, yeah. Dreamhaven.
Oh.
I think the specific developer is Moonshot Games.
Yeah,
But,
one on the Steam page, Moonshot, yeah.
Yeah, but this is one of their games that Dreamhaven, the studio is publishing. So it's honestly pretty good first impression because they have that. They've released Sunderfolk as well, which I've not gotten a chance to play yet, which we also talked about. Yep, they're the ones behind that. And I think their other 2 games, I think they just published. I don't think they were developed by Dreamhaven Studio.
Oh, is Thunderfolk that one you play with a smartphone or tablet?
Yes. Yep. That's a Dreamhaven game.
Weird.
I don't know. That seemed kind of cool, like for a family game. Because like I was thinking today, like I should play some with my daughter, but look, the Nintendo Switch is ass. It runs like trash for Minecraft. And I don't know. The single player games are okay, but it'd be cool to have a game that like she can just put on and I can play on my phone and not have to worry about things working properly. So I'm probably going to check that out and just listen to the rage fest that happens with my family whenever we play games together.
Hold on, let me see, because it costs you some money.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Never mind.
It's $50.
Yeah, $50.
$50?
Yeah, because you only need the one copy.
Yeah,
but
because
still,
the app's free.
Oh, never mind. All right. Well, at least we played Wildgate.
We're talking about Wildgate here, and I've never played Sea of Thieves at all, so I don't know how it compares to it. But it's got a very basic loop of you go in, it's your crew of 4 versus 4 other crews of 4, I believe, and you have to clear out these kind of dungeons to find some loot to equip your ship better and yourself better to get better tools and stuff to eventually either help you take out the other players or find an escape with the artifact that's hidden somewhere on the map. And that's the game. On top of that, there's also different characters that you can play as, each with their own unique abilities. And then there's different auxiliary equipment that you can have too, like personal shields. You can lay down turrets. There's different grenades you can do and tons of other stuff.
There's no story. I don't think so.
There's like lore.
Yeah,
there's lore about like where the characters come from and kind of what's going on, why they're here. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know that it exists. And I remember our first game, it did take an hour, but that was definitely because everyone that was in there was totally new. And like one of the mechanics that we didn't figure out for a while was that the ship that you pilot is way slower if you have the shields up than if it's down, because the shields start on as default. So you move really, really slowly.
Yeah, you know what would kind of like, do you guys, what should people know as soon as they start to make things easier? Like, I didn't do the tutorial. Does it tell you that in the tutorial?
No, I don't think so. Strider found out somehow. I don't remember how, though.
I just assumed was what my theory
You guessed, yeah.
Because I
guess.
was like, it's probably the shields being lowered is increasing your speed, increases your speed.
Oh, that's right. Because I was wondering, I wonder what like bringing down the shields does. I wonder why would you even do that?
I feel in danger.
Yeah. Also, the UI is very misleading because when you're piloting and you're going max speed, there's a small section that you can't use, which we didn't realize because the shields are up. Which honestly, it should be grayed out by like a blue shield icon or something to show you can't access that because of the shields or something. But the ship you start with, when the shields are up, like that small bit of your speedometer is like half of your speed. Half of your maximum speed is almost all of that. You don't realize how slow you're moving until then.
I guess the first thing you guys found out, which I didn't know, is like when you start, basically want to send your crew out to, you want to send one person or two people on scouts to look around, and then you're going to be in front of a dungeon of some kind, and you want to send the rest of your crew in there, and that's just kind of your starting thing. And then you go from there once you know where the scouts have picked up, because I think when we first played, we just kind of started going.
Yeah.
Slowly, but we're all just looking around the ship going, what does this do? What's that do? Who knows?
Yeah, and then learning the mechanics for how to like maintain your ship and how the health works is also a thing. Because the individual parts of your ship can break and just not function. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you are actually taking damage either, like the ship itself. Your ship's health is determined by like damage it takes from enemy weaponry from their ship, and also you can like overload the enemy ship's reactor if you board it, and they'll slowly start taking damage over time. There are characters and like gadgets that let you individually like damage sections of the ship, so you can disable turrets, you can disable like any add-ons that they added to the ship, you tear down security walls and all this other stuff. If you do enough of that, you'll like void all the oxygen out of the ship too, so they can't breathe. There's tons of different mechanics and stuff to do, and it's very interesting. It takes a little bit to figure out like kind of what the optimal strategy is. I think we've kind of figured out that boarding the enemy ship and just fucking with the pilot over and over again is definitely really effective.
I mean, it can be because you respawn so quickly. Like it takes so long to get to somebody else's ship that you respawn way before the enemy does if you kill them on your ship. So as long as they die, like it doesn't set you back that much, because I've been shot in the face as the pilot every time we get in a fight. Suddenly they blast through the front windows, they come and shoot me from the back. Like this ship the ship that we're using is like you can see the pilot from a mile away.
Yeah.
I'm getting picked clean. But even then it's not the end of the world. I felt like boarding the ships would be like end game for them. Maybe it is, and we just haven't quite figured out. Maybe if you get a bomb on there or something. Have you guys gotten a bomb on the enemy ship yet?
I haven't managed to. No.
I was reading. Apparently, you can, if you find them on the enemy ship, you can just use their own bombs on them too.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just seems like it takes so long. I want to take the invisible guy and use the Scooty Puff Jr. and get onto somebody else's ship with them. But you can't take two things at once. There's some things I find frustrating about the game.
Can I say I was reading one of the things they changed for this community playtest. Apparently, that invisible guy, that camouflage used to be passive. They changed it for this current iteration to be an active to use instead.
Was there a previous playtest?
Yeah, there was. That's why some people are like really high level.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the other thing I don't like is when I get killed by somebody who's level 50 and I'm level 3. There is no matchmaking. So that doesn't feel very good either.
Non-existent.
The other small gripe I have is piloting the ship. It's kind of hard to see above and below you, and you kind of have to rely on your teammates to tell you like what direction or what coordinates to head to, and you kind of just got to do your best. It's just like visually, it's a little difficult. Piloting the ship isn't as bad as you guys said. I find it to be fine. It's like piloting a boat, which you guys always make me do in every fucking game anyway. So
you volunteered
because nobody got on it, and we gotta go. We got shit to do.
No one told you to be it. You can't just go. You guys always force it to me when you went, I'll play the pilot. When I asked who's piloting.
I was just fixing the ship, man.
I'm thinking of Valheim where y'all kept going, get on the boat. And then everybody just sit on the boat and I'd be like, I guess I'm doing it. And I'd run us aground every time.
To be fair, we didn't say get on the boat, we're going somewhere. We're just saying get on the boat.
Exactly. We're just going to have a nice picnic. It'll be fine.
Do you guys think the ships should be faster?
I think, no, they see, initially I thought everything was really slow. They are kind of slow, but it helps with the actual like dogfighting that kind of goes on. Like if they were too fast and ships could just disappear, it'd be frustrating because there's not enough fuel. That last game we had, while you guys were doing stuff, I was stockpiling ice and fuel just constantly. And by the end, 80% on the Wildgate, because basically when somebody gets the artifact, they have to get to the gate, the Wildgate, the titular Wildgate, and that unlocks after a certain amount of time. And so by like 80%, everybody's kind of heading over there to either intercept or get out with the artifact. And by the time that 80% got around and we were heading that way, I was already out of fuel when we were dogfighting. So you got to get a lot of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think the ship should be faster because it puts like emphasis to the weight of your movement. You feel the impact of if you maneuvered correctly / chose the correct decision of where to go.
Yeah, I think it's fine, especially because like trying to board enemy ships is so frustrating, even with how how slow the ships move now. That if they're even faster, it could be a real pain. It's definitely easier if you're for defenders to board than it is for attackers too.
What do you mean defenders to board?
Like if you're chasing an enemy ship and they're trying to run away from you, like there's no way I could board the enemy ship unless I had a turbine. Yeah, Scooty Puff.
Scooty Puff.
But they were just jumping out and just hopping onto us because we're going towards them anyways. So
I kind of expected it to be the kind of game where you just get wiped out. I don't know why. I just kind of thought like, oh, you hit a rock and you kind of like it's very forgiving when it comes to just getting killed by random stuff. I've noticed, which I do like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. It's good. There's nothing I really hate about it.
No, I definitely enjoy it. I think it's very fun. I want the 2 other characters to come out too. They look pretty cool, but I have no idea what they do yet.
You just see silhouettes, don't you?
Yeah, I want to say one of the silhouettes looks like one of them might have some kind of space magic, though. I don't know what the other one would be, but I have an idea for that one.
And then if there's the ship designs also are pretty cool. I think the only problem is I think the scout ship definitely is the strongest one just because it's so fast that speed definitely.
Speediest one, right?
Yeah, it's the fastest one. Speed seems to be very, very strong in the game. It just helps you so much.
That last match we played, were they using the scout ship? The team that won?
No, I think that was the base one.
Okay.
Yeah, they were using the base one.
Yep.
We just got third-partied by somebody who's too stupid to shoot at the guy with the artifact and not us. Now everyone loses.
I was saying to Lana, I was like, I'm trying to figure out what their game plan was, and like they obviously didn't have one, but like why not go for the guy
they
that's
were
gonna
shooting
win?
at both of us too. That was the weird part. And they were hitting us with their stronger guns. Like I don't know what they were doing.
Why'd they put them on the back?
Oh, they didn't. It was like their side guns or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your side. Imagine if the game had like proximity chat and you could like fly over there with a white flag and be like, yo, hold on. Or like send them a message.
I was going to say, you should be able to message the other ship. Like be able to flag them on like a radio.
Dope.
Have a console.
You say that, Fliz, but I just remember back to Hunt Showdown where that guy tried to do that and you blew his face off.
Look.
Options
He was alone.
Options.
He was alone. There was nothing I wanted from him. Only negatives could have come from interacting with him. I weighed my options and found him wanting.
Flizzard any social interaction ever.
Friendly, boom.
There's nothing I want from this. Bang.
Yeah. Just leaving my house, I weigh those options and they turn out pretty in favor of staying indoors most of the time. Yeah, I would suggest keeping an eye on this and getting involved. If you like Sea of Thieves, if you like Apex, if you like Hunt Showdown, if you like Void Crew, it's got bits of all that shit. And it's all put together pretty well.
I think I liked Void Crew a bit more. It's just Void Crew is PvE only.
I said I prefer this over Hunt, but I think it's because I like space stuff.
I like Hunt's aesthetic a lot more. But
That's the thing too, is
yeah,
that
I'll
Hunt has a
never
really
like-
strong aesthetic.
I can no longer
I don't
take
know.
a non-centered camera.
yeah, there's something going on with the gunplay in that game that really just doesn't vibe with me. And it's not that the guns take forever. It's something about the like fundamental mechanics of like aiming and shooting that are weird. Something's
feel.
off.
Well, the thing with Hunt is that the crosshair isn't in the center of the screen; it's lowered. That's the part that
But-
always throws me off.
Oh yeah. Very
Can't you
strange.
move it or something?
No,
I thought we figured out you could move it and it still felt janky. Well, oh well. Also that it's only 3 players kind of sucks. This is 4, just enough for all of us. So
Yeah.
Hey,
and I did play with randoms and it was fine. Although I do see playing like you could sabotage your team so hard. Like if you're kind of a dick.
You can just rip
Like-
stuff out of your ship and like run away.
Throw it into the vast emptiness of space. Yeah. Yeah. I initially was not interested, but now I'm giving it a strong recommend.
hell
I
yeah!
definitely
I have no
recommend
idea
it.
when it comes out either, because this is just like a preview. It's only up for 3 days, so
Yeah.
who
it,
even
like,
knows
I
what they'll
was-
come out with next time?
I was gonna say they haven't they haven't given like any actual release date yet. It just says this year.
Yeah, so there could always be more. The other thing too, I don't know. Oh yeah, we mentioned the different ships too. I'm curious if they can have any other designs, because all the ships actually look really cool.
I really like the ship design as well. They're very clean. The game looks really nice.
And running any glitches or anything either, and it runs well too. So
I had to lock all my FPS at 60. It was making my PC fucking. When we first started playing, I didn't know anything about the game, and I kept hearing this alarm going off. I'm like, what is that alarm inside the ship? And then I got out into space. I was like, it's still there. So I took off my headphones. It was my fucking fan heating up and cooling down. Like, like, yeah, it was kicking hard. So
make it stop.
it's been better. Yeah, it's been better after playing it a few times. I think, like you said, Strider, it had to compile shaders or whatever. First time boot ups are always rough now.
Popped open Task Manager. I'm like, this game is going at 1 FPS. This is totally compiling shaders. Look over, CPU's at 100%. Yup, those are shaders.
Y'all remember when you could just turn a game on and it worked?
No, I remember.
It worked from the start.
Well, to find that, I remember popping games on like fucking 360 era and then update. Oh, well, I'll be back in an hour.
Oh no, I'm talking Super Nintendo. Slam that cartridge. I guess you had to blow in the cartridge and like do a whole bunch of magic to make the shit work sometimes. Nothing ever worked properly. I take it back. Everything's trash.
fucking PlayStation, putting the disc in and hoping that the screen doesn't linger too long.
Look, if I could tell, like, I had the perfect, like, it was probably like 27-degree angle that I kept my PS2 at, just so it would like, and there would be nights where I would literally spend longer, like putting the disc in, taking the disc out, turning the PlayStation sideways, turning it right side up. Like, I could not. And then you just kind of like let it sit there and you just kind of back away slowly as it like actually boots up for the first time. Yeah, that was normal. All right, I guess that's pretty much all we got on that. I don't have much. It's pretty surface level. There's not a whole bunch of deep stuff to get into with the game so far.
Yeah, I think it's
Just,
fun. The only thing is it might get a bit boring after a while, because we just about explored everything the game has, to be honest.
Yeah, and with all the constant new stuff coming out, it's going to be hard to hold attention. It's got the same feel to me as like what's that one that we played for a bit and really liked, and then just nobody ever really played it again? Supervive.
Supervive, yeah.
Supervive's, yeah. I mean, that game is solid.
Supervive is great. Yeah, no, Supervive is super solid. I'm not playing it though.
Which is weird because it's free, right? Like, I don't know.
It's
Like,
free. It's free. It's great. It's fun. I have no issue with that game whatsoever.
No, I don't either.
I'm
I
just
don't know
not
why we
playing it.
don't. We just never went back.
Because Marvel. Because
Marvel is
Wildgate.
the strongest contender so far.
Because Expedition. Because whatever else comes out this month and next month.
Doom.
Doom.
Doom's about to be out.
Oh, I hate being poor. All right, are we good? Are we ready to move on to news?
I think so.
Yep.
All right, beautiful. I guess we'll go as usual. Kyler, you got anything for us today?
I only got a couple things.
Beautiful.
Games Workshop, that a great company behind Warhammer
I like
is
Warhammer.
they're really pissed off. They have just done a worldwide seller takedown, suing 280 different sellers and freezing tons of accounts and sales platforms.
For what?
Really?
Yep. Basically saying that they are using false marketing to increase the sales of their products by pretending to be Warhammer stuff, essentially. So they are just en masse suing a ton of different platforms to make sure that they cannot like quickly go underground, kind of avoid all this. So
because you've mentioned before that like that company is super, I guess not only litigious, but like super, they have like a death grip on their IP.
they don't play no games except Warhammer.
No, they don't.
That's it. Other than that, they don't play any games. And yeah, this is actually a pretty huge move from them. Also, the only kind of issue with this is you tend to run into problems where they're suing all these companies, and a lot of the sellers that they're hitting are actually legitimate and not involved in the practices that they're saying that they are.
That was my first thought. Like there's not all these people like scalping Warhammer things like this. I feel like at least some of them would have had some kind of a permission.
Yeah, it can even be like, just give you an idea. Apparently, according to spikybits.com, some stores were tagged in this because like a wooden brush holder they had the word Citadel on it, which is the name of one of their products. That's it. And they got hit with this lawsuit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and some even just had like official logos this on their store category page, but no actual products affiliated like at all with them. Still got hit with this.
Well, I would assume it's a cease and desist first. Like you're not suing them for real money right away, but still.
It's actually considered a temporary restraining order. So basically all their operations and financial accounts have been locked. So there's a full sales and asset freeze as well. On top of this, different marketplaces have to also hand out like any seller details that they know about the accounts that have been frozen too, to make sure that they can like track these people down. So this is like a huge, like if you got hit with this and you were actually just a legitimate seller, that fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was a bond requirement that Games Workshop had to post. Basically, they had to have $10,000 per every seller that they targeted put away, so that if in the case that the court finds that they did overreach, they can use some of those funds to help basically counteract all the business that they may have lost because of this. So I think it ended up being almost $3 million that Games Workshop put up in case they had to put some money towards the businesses that were wrongly accused. But yeah, that's what Games Workshop is currently up to. All their fun stuff that they always get up to instead of miniatures and making the game better.
That's kind of frustrating that like you have this super cool idea and IP and you're kind of a bitch about it. like,
yeah.
Relax a little bit. Be nice, man.
Yeah, the crazy thing too is like they have so many codexes and books that are super expensive. And like everyone I know that actually plays Warhammer, they don't even use them because they think the rules suck.
Yeah.
They just use like player made ones that like huge communities have devised instead. It's kind of insane.
It's insane to me because the people I know that play Warhammer don't even play Warhammer. They just like fucking with the figurines. Like that's the whole deal to them.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, if anything nuts comes out of this, I'll let you guys know. What was that?
I was just gonna say, even in debt, I still serve. That's always the thing I think of.
Oh, speaking of debt, Strider, I know there's something that you might be interested in. Razr is developing a new gaming headset, right? But it's not really a headset, it's more of a speaker, and it goes on your gaming chair right behind your head.
Why?
Because it just has like, it just replaces the head of your chair and it has two speakers on it that goes ba-dump ba-dump.
So wait, it's not even a headset. It's just like head speakers.
Yeah, it's just speakers behind you.
But I like having a headset.
Wouldn't be the first thing I've one of my old gaming chairs had a speaker built into the side of it. I use that exactly never.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I love the idea that it's like, no, it's not a headset. It's a small speaker attached to your head. It's totally different.
Yeah,
Speaker.
Razr's teaming up with THX Spatial Audio to provide surround sound with this headset and any other speakers that you might have. Hopefully, also compatible with THX. But yeah, it's available for low price of $230. That's MSRP.
Oh,
so who knows how much it'll actually be.
MSRP. Mserp.
I love that mserp.
I don't remember even what that is.
It's manufacturer stated retail price.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like the lowest price you're going to get it for as a consumer.
Okay.
The price you won't actually get.
Yeah. Before store markup. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested in that, give it a look. See. Have you guys ever used any Razr stuff?
Yes, they're awful.
Anyone else?
Damn. I've had Razr stuff, yeah.
The only Razr thing I ever used was actually a headset. I think it was the Razr Nari 1. I think it was. And it was like one of my favorite headsets I've ever gotten. It had like this haptic feedback feature too, right? I fucking loved it. And it was wireless too. Oh my God. I actually really like that headset.
Wow. You guys are going to have to like fight to the death. One of you likes Razr and the other doesn't.
Well, it's because you have to deal with our software.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The problem was the software you have to use the headset sucked ass. Like every time I started my computer, there was like a 30-70 shot that my headset would be misconfigured again. Right. And the odds are that they would be. And then if they weren't, after like 3 or 4 hours, they totally would be. And I had to reset them to how I wanted them. Like it was so bad.
You had a timer before your things got messed up.
Pretty much. It was terrible. And eventually it got to they just devolved after that. It just got worse and worse till eventually like I couldn't even change the settings anymore. Like I would change them on their little Razr app, but nothing would actually happen.
Man,
oh my God.
Every single one of those peripheral companies has like a companion app. Like I don't think there's a single like mouse or keyboard I've used nowadays that does not have like a get our app.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense because so many of them are programmable with separate stuff. Like even my mouse is with Logitech and stuff. Just different like lighting effects and stuff you can do, or whatever other controls that are unique to it. What were you saying, Strider?
My favorite thing about Razr stuff was just eventually it would take on my audio driver completely. Like
actually, I think I had that happen to me too. Was it a Realtek audio driver?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that totally happened to me. I remember that. Yep. I had to uninstall the driver and then reinstall it at one point.
It just eventually was just be like, I'm tired, boss, or just wouldn't boot at all. So I just have to shut my computer down and start it back up and just hope that the driver actually boots.
Just gone. Yeah.
Like,
so
I just always remember staring at the taskbar at the bottom, waiting to see the volumes thing pop up and hoping that it pops up with the actual like sound coming out and not the X, because if the X popped up, it's about to be a headache.
Let me know if you guys have any Razr horror stories. Razr is in the game company, not like a Razr. You should, yeah. Don't tell me that.
I hurt myself.
The other thing I have you guys heard of this this game called EVE Online? It's kind of a small game. You may not have heard of it.
Yes.
How long has that been around for now? Like
Forever.
since
20 years.
Like 10,
Yeah, it's been a
years?
long time, dude.
I will always love the guy who was like, multiple years in, like second highest person in his guild or whatever, and he just went, wait, I can just quit whenever I want. It just blew everything up on his way out. Like he nuked his guild from orbit on his way out. Like
That one. The other one I heard of was the guy who was like, he'd been doing accounting for his guild for like years. And he's like, oh, wait, I can just quit this and actually get a job doing accounting now with all the skills I learned here. And he succeeded. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. That's not a game. That's a lifestyle.
Did he continue accounting for his guild? Because they'd be fucked.
I have no idea. I don't know. That game is crazy. And
it is insane.
Yeah, it definitely has a very true reputation of being like, it's less of a group of people playing games and more you just have virtual like companies playing a game and actual corporations.
It's like a living world in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like player-driven economy and everything, right?
Yep, it
like
is.
The most extreme example we've probably seen in a game.
Yeah. Like I think because of the way it works too, it's like a blockchain based game. Like there's actual like money behind this. Like you can actually look up figures of how much some of these battles cost in real world dollars, because like it actually costs money to even like do all the things that they're doing. And the battles get so huge that I know sometimes they have like guild leaders like notify the developers of battles that are about to happen so they can prep the servers. They get insane.
Yeah, because I mean, what battles can get up to like almost $400,000? I think I've seen.
Yup. No. This one I'm looking at is from 2020. It's community of 300,000 players. We're in a war that costs nearly $700,000 in digital property damage.
Yeah. Actually insane.
Insane.
So the game has a problem right now where if you're a new player trying to join in on the hype, good fucking luck.
I think it's always been the case, man.
That is not happening. There's like nothing you can really do. It's so hard to get into the game, right? Because
virtual capitalism.
Yeah, honestly, that is the problem. And
you're here too late.
And like the problem becomes like, how do you even join any of these companies or guilds or whatever you want to call them at this point? Yeah, pretty much. That's what you have to do. Where you struggle like to even kind of join and actually play the game. So what the devs are doing now is they're pretty much cashing and going all in on the player created economy by giving players the ability to create quests for other players to do. They are literally like freelancing like quests to new players.
That's cool.
It's pretty neat.
So rather than you like going out and like grinding and stuff, you can literally just post quests, put some money on it and say like, hey, we need these materials. Anyone that completes this quest gets some materials, we'll give you this. And it gives you like an in to join like a guild or whatever you're trying to do and move up the Eve corporate ladder from there.
Dude, it's the corporate version of like being a new spawn in Rust. Like,
yeah, it's kind of insane. It's pretty good idea, to be honest.
That's wild. You got to be like a freelance artist before you can join the company. You got to have a good portfolio before they'll let you in.
I was mining rocks for years before they finally made me an intern.
Yeah, so the devs are basically making it so these very huge guilds start creating their own quests and in-game progression for newer players or players that aren't able to really do anything else at this point, and just gives them a way to actually interact with a game that is not just kind of easy and cohesive to do, but also leads you to actually joining the community itself over time too.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you are thinking about thought of Eve and thought like, oh, there's no way I can join in all these cool kids doing cool guy things, now you can. I actually don't know when this goes live though. I don't think there's a date, but I do know that this is what they're planning to do.
Have you guys ever tried playing Eve?
Yes.
No. God, no.
I tried once with my old roommate, That lasted all of about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't last long for me either.
I'm
There's so
surprised it made it
much.
that far.
Me too. We just heard all the hype.
No, there was a game I played before I heard of Eve. Have you guys ever heard of it? It was called Eve 51 or Eve Dust 514.
No.
I think Fliz, you would fucking love that game. I don't actually know what ever happened to it. But it is think of like Battlefield, right? Combined with like basically the Eve style of like earning money. What you do is you join like a like one side of whatever faction you want to do. And as you get kills and destroy things and do objectives, you earn currency, and then you spend that currency to like call in like different weapons and items, and you can create new spawns, you can summon vehicles and all this other stuff.
Okay, yeah, it's looking like it was like Eve, but the ground operations.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what it was. That was the first time I ever heard of Eve, and it was actually a really cool game, and I'm pretty sure it was free to play, if I remember correctly.
Oh, it got shut down 8 years ago.
Did it? Yeah, it wasn't very popular, but I don't think it was. But I remember thinking it was like really cool.
What was that game? Very simple. Planet Side. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah,
where it's
Planet
kind of
Side.
like that. The idea is great, but the execution is no, thank you.
Yeah, with Dust, I remember the gunplay being a lot better. Not so much the gunplay. The problem with Planet Side is it lags like a bitch.
No, yeah, no, that was a clunky game.
And I don't remember Dust having nearly that issue, but yeah. So the only other thing I had was apparently the original Devil May Cry director says he wants to recreate the first Devil May Cry. That he's interested in doing that. What do you guys think about that?
What do you mean recreate? Like remaster?
Remake?
Like re-release?
Do a remake of it. Is his words.
Okay. Keep the voice acting.
I was gonna say keep the voice lines.
And unfuck the combat system, because I actually just recently played through the whole game a couple months ago, and I played 5 a month or two, a little while before that, and it evolved. It definitely evolved over time, because that game is kind of clunky. I don't, I'm okay with everything. More Devil May Cry. I like that IP. Even though, like we said on the anime, they're not all of it's gold.
Yeah,
but it's kind of gold in some ways. Like there's always something to laugh at or something that's cool. It's hard to hate anything Devil May Cry. Like I can't.
Do you feel that way about 2?
Oh man. I kind of want to play it again, because I have such. Devil May Cry 2 was the very first game I played before I started reading any reviews, before I played any. I played the first one and I loved it so much that I was like waiting in line to get the second one. And I think that was the first time I ever realized games could be bad. Like I played it, I beat it all the way through like twice with all the characters, and I was like, I didn't like any of that. Is that normal? Am I crazy? I thought this was going to be a cool Devil May Cry, and that was ass. Turns out, no, it was just ass. Wasn't me.
just terrible. Well, what might interest you, Fliz, too, is during this interview on Insider Gaming, he didn't just stop with Devil May Cry. He also said he would also like to remake Beautiful Joe.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I need it. Yeah, no, do it all. Do it all. Oh, I miss Beautiful Joe. I keep looking it up on Steam and it's never there. I mean, it's not, it's never just suddenly going to be there, but I check every once in a while just to make sure.
Is Beautiful Joe not on Steam at all?
Joe.
No, because
I don't know why. I
Clover,
just know it's not there.
Because Clover shut down, right?
Oh, is that why?
I couldn't tell you if that's why.
Clover Studios, because they shut down in 2007.
I thought, I figured they would at least put it on Steam like they always do nowadays. They're still around. Who owns Beautiful Joe then right now?
I don't know. Like, my childhood is telling me it's a Capcom game, but I know it isn't.
It was
no,
published by
Capcom's still in the rights to it.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they still own the rights to it.
Hmm.
Clover Studio, I think, was developer, right?
Yeah, it's because Hideaki Kamiya left them in early 2008, I want to say, and then after the Clover Studio closed, they went to form Platinum Games.
Oh yeah.
And then they've left. He stayed with Platinum till a few years ago, I think. Left and is now working on the Okami sequel with the new studio being called Clover Studios, I think.
Clover Inc.
Clover Inc.
Or just Clovers. No, sorry, just Clovers. I think Clovers Inc. actually.
Man, what a wild game, Beautiful Joe.
It's fucking Henshin a Go-Go, baby. I fucking love that game.
Baby.
Yeah, I don't think I ever beat the second one because there was a boss rush at the end that just
the boss rush is
and it was
nasty.
very hard. Yeah. Yeah, that game, Dino Crisis and Brave Fencer Musashi are games that I love that I'll almost never see on Steam. I'll never play again. So that's Hope. I like Hope. I'm okay with Hope.
Oh yeah.
I want to know. I'll keep looking for that and stay updated.
Yeah, you just said in an interview. I don't think there's actually anything going to come out of it, but it would be cool.
Oh.
It would be cool. Anyone at
Why'd you get my hopes up? You
Capcom's
fuck?
listening.
I'm listening. I want it.
He screams into the void and no one answers.
Did we ever find out about that Dino Crisis remake? Is that a thing that's happening?
Dino Crisis.
Potentially.
Because I remember there were rumors about Dino Crisis remake. I don't think it's happening.
You know,
though.
I'm sure there's games on Steam that are like
Yeah, because
just
it was
to some degree.
I think 2 months ago or something, Capcom filed a trademark for it in Japan for Dino Crisis.
Oh, it's on GOG. You can get regular ass Dino Crisis.
Oh, is that part of their preservation program? It might be, actually.
Maybe.
So I think, yeah, it's GOG that's doing the whole thing, right? They're trying to kind of preserve a bunch of older stuff. Yeah, okay, it's GOG.
But that's everything I had.
All right, cool. Oh, I can vote to help bring Beautiful Joe to GOG? Yeah. Oh, I have to sign in. Sorry.
Oh yeah, too much. Too much.
I'm looking at
Too
the
much
preservation
work.
program. They just added Breath of Fire 4.
All right. Who's got shit next?
I've got quite a bit of small stuff. First and foremost, Palworld has confirmed that some of their disappointing game changes that have happened and are coming are forced by the Pokemon lawsuit.
Oh.
Including that now that they just have the PAL spawn next to you, and that you can no longer use them to glide. You can't use your pals to glide anymore. But they
what?
Yep, because that was one of the things they lost in the lawsuit.
That's crazy. Really? You can't even glide?
Yep.
What do they replace it with?
With a glider, like a handheld glider, but you can't use the pals themselves to glide anymore.
Oh no, they're screwed. Because remember, Legend of Zelda, that game, Link uses a glider in there.
Yeah, Fortnite uses a glider.
Oh, they're all gonna get sued by Nintendo. They're gonna
Everybody's
file a
going to
patent
Nintendo
a few hundred years ago.
In a different country.
You're
Going to jail.
In Antarctica. You show the penguins. Like, look what we made.
All right, that sucks. I wonder how many people are still playing.
Probably enough.
Yeah, enough.
But on to slightly better news.
Oops, sorry. Okay. I checked out Palworld on Steam and it brought me to Pal Heart World, and that's porn.
I mean,
surprise.
Well, Palworld has the fucking visual novel coming out.
That's what I'm looking at. It's a horror visual novel with sexual content. Yeah, this is by Pocket Pair. Yeah.
Ew, wait, really?
Yes. Wait.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the April Fool's trailers? Yeah, no, people thought they were joking the first time. Then we got another one on the next April Fool's, and people were like, "Oh no, they're not joking."
Your dream school romance starts here in this Palworld dating sim.
Oh, it's on Steam. Oh,
Yeah.
I looked it up. What the fuck?
You know what's funny is it's similar to games I played, Sucker for Love, Date to Die For, but not the first Sucker for Love. So, ooh, maybe no.
Well, is it because the first Sucker for Love? Oh, I guess yeah.
It's good.
Well,
All right. Palworld dating sim, more than just pals with your Palworlds. Aren't they animals?
no, they're pals.
Gift, please.
Aren't they animal shaped?
No, they're friend shaped.
Yeah, they're pal
They're
shaped.
pal shaped.
let's ask the furry community. They'll give us an
I don't
in-depth
want to.
breakdown.
No,
That's
you know
so
what? I
awful.
rescind my question. I'm keeping it.
You don't get to keep it. You asked it. It's
No,
not. There's
it's
no
too late.
takebacks.
Yes, there is.
This
It's
entire
tap, tap,
part is
take
getting
back.
cut out. That's the only way.
No. No, I will delete any comments that answer my question. How about that?
Oh, I don't like that I know this
Alright.
information.
Sorry. I had to check. It brought me down the wrong hole.
Don't. Why did you break
It went in my head and then I couldn't stop it. Anyway, okay.
What's the next news?
Get to the next news.
I was trying. Anyway, Fallout 1 and 2 source code isn't lost.
I saw that.
Because despite orders to destroy all assets, someone who worked on the project was able to basically against their orders had backed it up copies of it.
What a G. That's a real hero right there.
To get sued into $1 billion
The
debt.
original creator destroyed his, but someone else is like, I'm not gonna.
They understood the worth and value of preserving that piece of American history.
I still can't believe it. They went to him and was like, do you still have those even though we told you to destroy them? Because we lost ours.
You know, you saying it's a piece of American history. I just imagine like 2,000 years from now or some museum. And there's a whole like section of it about America dedicated to Fallout 2 and
The source code?
Only as long as that section also dedicates the ET landfill.
and the only thing they have that talks about it is just our podcast where Fliz is talking about the game.
Immortalized.
Their civilization fell apart because all they did was play this game about civilizations falling apart. It's kind of weird.
Oh no. All right,
Good.
sorry,
Let's
continue.
keep good things like that.
On to slightly less good news. Depending on how you look at it, Genshin Impact is making a change where they are now required by the law to verify the ages of US player accounts. And this age process will be rolled out to all players by May 20th. They haven't stated how they're going to do it yet, though. From what?
Have they stated why they're doing
It's
it?
because they lost a lawsuit against the FTC, basically related to gambling.
Oh, somebody's kid bought a whole bunch of Genshin bullshit.
Yep. And then they lost that, so now they're required by law to verify the ages of US players.
Well, you got away with it for a couple of years. Good for you, Genshin. Now join the real world where everybody else has to not do that shit.
Yeah, I wonder what
I'm
they're
dumb.
how that's
I'm
gonna,
dumb.
how that's
Is that
gonna go
what
down.
you just said?
No, I said good. These fucking
Okay.
gotcha games, man, they're like nasty. I have fallen for the gotcha games. It's not pretty.
I don't understand how people can play mobile games. Like I've tried. I have one installed on my phone. I don't even remember what it's called because I installed it and never opened it. No, I didn't play it because I tried to open it and there was like a 2 gigabyte update or something. And I was like, I don't have time for this.
Well, other people have time for it.
I know. And
I've
then,
played plenty of mobile games.
and that's not even the first time either. There's like a few of them where I've tried and just like I cannot do it.
It's really hard now because I would say like 90% of the games on the App Store are free shovelware that's like just reskinned gotchas. mixed with IPs of famous things. One I was looking at, I was actually looking for games last night. It was a Fist of the North Star gotcha. And I was like, is that really big enough for this? Apparently, it was like hundreds of Fist of the North Star characters. I'm like, I can't name one, but somebody can apparently. And I fell for it with Grand Summoners, which isn't even an IP one. Was it? Oh, Grand Summoners and another one. There was 2 that I played that I spent real money on.
The memories are
real
unlocking.
money on.
The trauma is coming back.
Yeah, I streamed fucking Grand Summoners a couple times. Yeah, I am done with gacha games forever. I don't. They should just be illegal. They really should. It's really just there to take your money.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about how the games take advantage of so many different psychological tricks to trick you into spending tons of money, it's kind of crazy.
And it works. It's disgusting. And you think like I'm better than why aren't people? It works on everybody if you're bored enough.
If you're bored enough.
So yeah, and they're all, and it's the crazy part to me is like there's fishing games that do it. There's fighting games. There's card game. Like every game on mobile is a gacha game of some kind, and it's kind of frustrating because there are good games. Like Slay the Spire on mobile is fantastic. A lot of the other ones, Faster Than Light and Darkest Dungeon, those you can't really do it. You can do those on like iPad, but not really mobile. There is some good stuff, but none. Like looking for free stuff now is a crapshoot. Nothing is really free.
It's a lie just to get you to press install.
It is. Even the games that are like mostly free, they're just bloated with ads. There's one that I liked. It was like a Backpack Battles clone that came out at the same time as the one on Steam did, but it's not the same developer. Somebody like ripped the whole thing and threw it up there, and now it's like the version to get instead of the actual one. But like they'll put like, you don't have to watch the ads, but the ads are like right next to the continue button. And so I've accidentally watched ads more times than I've meant to. It's like really predatory behavior.
The only games I managed to play on my phone are like idle games. Like those I can do all the time. And the way those games tend to make money are the ones that I don't mind, where a lot of the time it's just like you get the choice to watch an ad and you get a benefit from it. And then that just like has a cooldown of however long, and you can just do that if you want to.
Yeah. So that's kind of the thing is a lot of them, they all do that now. It's the same thing, except now the ads are so frequent and the bonuses you get from them are so kind of like necessary to keep up. At some point you're just like, fuck that. I'm going to spend on the subscriction and not watch the ads anymore. And now you're hooked. Now you're stuck. So,
yeah.
Anyway, I guess play Balatro on mobile. That's the good one. Ain't no ads on Balatro. What else you got, Jacob?
Some news related to Claire Obscure. Expedition 33. Apparently the writer was discovered through Reddit, the lead writer, because they initially were applying and trying to be cast as a voice actor. And somehow they ended up shifting, like she was a voice actor in an early version of the game, but eventually being shifted around to eventually becoming the lead writer, which I just thought was a little neat piece of information.
That makes sense, because she would have had direct, she would have been able to see the script, right?
I believe.
So yeah, that I could see that happening, because then they could like critique stuff about the scripts and what they were supposed to say, and from there they just gotta kind of a feel that maybe they should be helping with the writing, and then it goes on from there. Claire has a weird history on how they got some of their people, especially the parts that are really well done, like the music and now the story.
Like the fucking crazy thing is that like the game exists because some dude got bored at Ubisoft. Like he is the
stars aligned to make this game. That's wild.
Because a lot of it, from what I understand, was like they were posting like looking for people on a bunch of like social media sites like Reddit, and also like I believe they were applying for like French like forums, like video game forums.
Yeah.
And they would ask like 24 people or something like that, and they would be like, okay, someone's gonna eventually respond, but they always got like the first person they asked for something to respond from what I was reading. And so a lot of it is just like, it was just a bunch of junior devs who are really passionate about what they want to do, just kind of gathered from all over. Like there's very little, like for a team like this of expertise as game devs. And then they managed to make what leading into my next piece of news. Expedition 33 is now the highest rated original IP on the PlayStation Store.
That's crazy.
What is it beating out?
It is beating out Omori and Vampire Survivors. So it has a 4.92 star rating out of 5. Omori has a 4.91 and Vampire Survivors has a 4.88. And they are the highest rated original IPs on the store.
Nice. Well, good for them.
That's crazy for a studio that just got like a bunch of people randomly off the internet. Like, hey, you want to make our music? Sure. Killer soundtrack with over like 200 songs.
Like the crazy thing is they just uploaded all of the tracks individually, right, to their YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of bonus tracks that weren't in the soundtrack beforehand. They're just labeled bonus now because like, and they're not even like minor songs either that weren't on the soundtrack. It's like Super Boss Phase 1 only shows up as a bonus track on the soundtrack now. And it's just like
they were making so many they forgot to name them.
The best part
That's
is
wild.
the one I'm talking about, the Super Boss Phase 1 theme. It doesn't show up correctly. Like if you open the video for it, it has his later phases theme, right? On the thumbnail, because they didn't actually edit it. Like they probably literally just came up with the name of the song like seconds before they uploaded it, is what it seems like.
Nice.
Sorry, excuse me. And then moving on to my last piece of information or news is, did you guys hear what happened to Guilty Gear?
I
You
did.
hinted.
Oh, yeah.
I do not know.
So
Please don't tell me bad things.
the entire source code for Guilty Gear got leaked, including all the new character coming up at the end of May. We got early gameplay and stuff of like unfinished testing of Lucy, and then we also got the information for season 5.
Oh shit.
So we know, I believe, 2 of the characters for sure, because their source files have been updated since early in the game. And also there's like beta versions of Strive that also got leaked around the same time. So like the beta builds from like 2019 are playable.
Huh.
But
so like, what does this actually mean?
just a bunch of information got leaked.
That's what I mean. Like
The big thing that immediately happened is, because the source code got leaked, is that people were wondering if there's RCE exploits, remote code execution,
oh,
which
okay.
was a very big worry because of the way the online works. There's no confirming of it, but also ArcSys's networking and security has never been the best.
yeah.
But the problem is that, like, if you connect to their servers at all, like if there was a problem found, it's it would, all you need to do for it to potentially harm you is to be connected to their network at all. So just booting it up in online mode. And because of the source code being leaked, it's much easier to find for people to find out if there is RCE exploits or similar things. And RCE is like the worst case scenario, but there's also some other problems that could happen with the source code being leaked. Plus, also there's also just the fact that because the information is leaked, like they don't get to reveal the information and stuff when they wanted to on their own terms as the developer team.
Sucks. I struggle to see what the purpose of somebody doing this would be. Like, why would you want to do this? Why would you want to leak it?
I mean, for the intention is definitely one thing on why people leak.
That's so lame. How cowardly. Boo. Leak it on something like that isn't out yet, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
leak GTA 6 news. Don't leak.
I mean, it wasn't out.
Don't. Well,
Because I mean, people could like boot up and play Unica, the new character, right now. And the best part is
Wow.
because they just had the teaser for her at the end of Evo Japan, I think, because that just finished this weekend. So
Mhm.
so they tease the new character, and it's just a character teaser, and the full character trailer isn't coming out till later because the full character's moveset spoils stuff from the anime that's aired from Duel Rulers.
Oh shit!
Like the character's moveset, because of what happens in her moveset, there are spoilers that they weren't ready to show off, so they didn't show it off at EVO's trailer. But now, since the entire moveset, including her theme, is leaked, so they don't. So when they were trying to keep people free from spoilers on the anime and other things, now with these leaks, all this information's out there.
That sucks. Honestly, I
think I'm.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm probably biased because I like Strive so much. So
yeah,
I guess other people are happy about it.
I doubt that you're gonna get any like crazy RCE or whatever going on with this netcode and source code being leaked. But I think the one thing you do have to worry about is you're definitely gonna have like in-game like account problems that could probably happen. Didn't an Arc System game have a similar issue with this? It was a different fighting game.
The one I'm thinking of that this is when the Souls games had their issue, where they got their online taken down for up to 8 months.
Yeah, you might have stuff like that because you might get where people are able to mess with other people's accounts or just straight up, sabotage the inputs that you're trying to do from the other side. The other problem too is it depends on how similar the code is to other Arc System games. Because if you have netcode that they share, like for another game too, which is pretty common, where you just, you got something that works, why not just use it again, something else? You could have an effect where now that you know what is happening under the hood for Strive, that could also be the same thing that's happening in all these other fighting games too. And anything that you find for Strive could potentially work in those other games. So yeah, that's a sucky situation to be in. Do we know how it was leaked at all?
I don't think the exact issue or way was confirmed in any way. The way I saw the most people thinking was it was a phishing email.
Oh,
Someone got phished.
Not the fish.
Well, shit.
That's like it's a fan of Guilty Gear who did it, and they're like ruining a thing they're the fan of, because if you that requires a lot of prep work to like fish from somebody. Like there's a lot that went into that, you know what I'm saying? This was all on purpose. Like I don't know.
No, it was
Seems
corporate
counterintuitive.
Espionage. That's what it was.
They wanted to kill this middling game. No, it's a great game, but it's definitely like not as big as it was. Still no DNF, but definitely got a lower player count than some of the other fighters going on.
Yeah, big oof. That sucks. I like Guilty Gear.
Well, thanks for ruining my day, because they're just about to come out with ranked and stuff too, huh?
Yep.
After 4 years.
You go to play ranked, immediately get doxxed.
Well, no, they had a while. I remember for a while you were advised not to stream it because people were like they were crashing your game somehow. I think something like that.
Didn't it show like your room ID or something? Your match ID, somewhere on your screen. People were using that. I think it was something similar to that.
People suck. All right, soon. Unless you got anything else, Strider.
That's the end of my information or my news.
All right. Thank you. Soon. What little bits you got for the end here?
So I got this one on 4 games were recently added to the World Video Game Hall of Fame.
Oh no.
Ooh.
We got GoldenEye.
Ooh. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
A arcade side scroller from 1981 called Defender, which I'm not familiar with.
That's
and
before my time.
we got Quake, and can you guess the 4th one?
Okay, we'll take a
Banjo-Kazooie.
guess. Give us a hint.
You probably won't get it until I tell you.
Well, give us a hint, man. Don't leave us hanging. I want to guess. It's fun.
One of your first interactive experiences. You have to take care of it.
A Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so Tamagotchi was the fourth one they put in the video game Hall of Fame.
Oh my god, did y'all ever have a Tamagotchi?
Yeah, I had like 3.
And I never even thought about it, but like technically that would count as like a video game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's better than them fucking Tiger handhelds I used to have.
Oh, you reminded me of those.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Why does that sound like a memory
Those-
I repressed? What?
Because every kid had a cheap ass Tiger handheld version of something where it had
Yep.
like 2 buttons and it didn't
Oh,
save
these.
any data and it was just a little flashing picture and it
Yeah.
would, it was trash.
Yeah,
But
I
they
remember
sold
these.
like hotcakes for a little bit. I had Tamagotchi ones, but the one I had that I liked more, it was like a Tamagotchi, except they were like dinosaurs, and you could connect them with somebody else. Me and my best friend had one, and you could make them fight each other. It was pretty fucking cool.
I always thought like those because I think Digimon had a similar style thing, right? They kind of like had that. But that I think that's how they originally started
yeah,
out.
they did.
Yeah, they did.
Like those, I remember.
Oh yeah,
I remember thinking those were the fucking coolest when I was a kid. Like, I think that's what started me like into Digimon. Yes. Oh yes. The little virtual pets. They look like little remotes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of these in so long. There, I had one. It was one of my favorite things.
Oh, it was Digimon. Yeah, okay. The ones I've used to play with were Digimon. And then they had these nano fighters, which was like a sumo and a wrestler. It was a little dude in the screen. Oh my god.
Did you the Tiger handhelds? Did you ever play the Crash Bandicoot one, Fliz?
No.
That shit is awful.
They're all awful. They're all terrible.
This is a different level of like dog shit.
No,
This
they're
is a
all the
different
same
level.
level of dog shit. They're all fucking horrendous.
Well, like the thing about the Crash one is it's actually pretty impressive for what it is. But it's like so minimal. Like they got the game working, but it just should not. It just should not exist. You'd have to
I'm
like
looking
look it
at
up and take a look at it. It's so bad.
I had like this Lion King one. I know I've had my hands on it before. Same with the Sonic the Hedgehog one. I can like just see. I can hear it. I can hear it in my head. They were trash. I couldn't even tell you how they worked. Like it seemed, if you don't know, they were like these cheap little, like at the time they'd be like $10 maybe. And it was like if you can't afford a Game Boy, you had one of these.
Yeah.
And you'd get all of 5 minutes of entertainment out of it before you were like, this is
You know
washed.
what
You
you-
put it away.
The Crash one was multiplayer. If you had someone that had one too, you could connect them and you could like verse each other by trying to go through the level as fast as possible.
You know what you just reminded me of? Do you guys
What?
remember those fucking Cube World toys?
Yes,
Cube
so you connect the
World.
cubes together.
Yes.
Hold on.
I
Yeah.
unlocked a memory right there. Oh my god, those pieces of shit.
These. Oh
man.
man, blast in the past.
I don't even remember what they were for, to be honest.
I just remember I had some. I don't know where they
Same.
came from.
I don't think I ever actually tried to play with it. I just
They
thought they were cool and they
materialized.
connected together.
Oh yeah, each one does one thing. And you connect them together and they mess around with each other pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had to look it up. You can still get Digimon. Oh my god, jeez.
No,
Probably.
it's a waste of time.
Is there a
Don't do
Tamagotchi
it.
app now?
I'm sure there's dozens. I know I got my daughter like a real Tamagotchi, like a name brand one a couple years ago.
No, like there's an official one, like an official Tamagotchi app.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. But the official like keychain one, I got it for my kid, and she really wanted it. And I was like, "Now listen, this is your first run at having a pet, okay? So I'm gonna trust that you're gonna take care of it, and it's gonna be fine." And a month later, I found it under her bed, and I was like, "You killed your Tamagotchi." I forgot about it. Started bawling her eyes out. I was like, "See, this is why you ain't got no rabbits or nothing."
You know, I never
Not
thought about
there
that. It is pretty good. Like, here's your first pet. There's like not any actual like repercussions technically if it dies.
Yeah, well, because she was also asking for like gerbils and shit, and I don't want those in my house. They stink and they're loud, and you just clean up after them. That's the whole point of the pet. They're like fish that stink and are louder. So, and I was like, okay, here's this Tamagotchi. Let's see if you can do it. Nope. So no gerbil.
Dude.
All right. What were we talking about?
Talking about how Tamagotchi was the last thing added to the World Video Game Hall of Fame.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess
it
that
deserves
is
it. Everybody
surprising.
knows what one is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because the article I found on it kind of mentions like it's also in a sense it could be like your first introduction to like permadeath in a video game, basically. Like that's like
don't
looking
think
into it deep, but
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it could be your first introduction to like permadeath in general.
True.
Not in a video game.
there's
but,
that
like,
too. Oh, I said it in a
things
video
die
game just
and
because
yeah.
it's key.
Well, yeah, because it dies and it comes back and it's like the same, but it's not the same. It's not the one you raised.
No, my
This
first
is a
was the
new one.
Furbies because I killed that thing. Oh my god!
No,
Did you guys
you're
ever have a
lying.
Furby?
Furbies never die. You can microwave those motherfuckers and they will live.
I had to murder mine. It started making noises in my closet while I was trying to sleep.
Dude, they never stop.
It still remembers. It's still hunting you.
Dude.
Yeah, I think
It
all
might-
you did was make a specter. Like you're in trouble. You're gonna die one of these nights.
I think
You
at
know
one
what's
point
fucked
I
up?
literally just like in the middle of the night I took that thing and just hid it in my sister's room instead.
I think everybody who's owned a Furby that I know has like taken it apart and like destroyed it in some way. Like nobody just had it and they forgot about it. Like they lit it on fire.
It would
they
not
hit it
let
with a
you
hammer.
forget.
Dude, it is crazy. Like, have you ever seen like people? They put those things through so much like destruction, and they will still operate.
Yeah, because I think hear me out. They're built so well, right? That you get them when you're a kid, and then they're still active when you turn into a shitty little teenager. And by that time, you're like, I'm gonna destroy shit. And so here's this thing that won't shut up, and it's looking at you, and then you go, okay,
You go, wow.
where's the lighter fluid?
No.
Yeah.
One thing that definitely didn't help is Furbies, like them slowly learning English over time made them way fucking creepier.
I guess I don't know.
Just like because they would start out like making all these weird noises and then they would just randomly say hungry. It's like, what?
In a deep voice,
Hungry.
unexpectedly.
I don't
It
want
went
this
through
thing anymore.
puberty.
Don't feed them after
Like,
midnight.
no, get away from me.
Mom.
You can't feed them after midnight.
Yeah. All right. What else you got
Mugwai.
soon?
Here's something more stupid.
Ooh.
Destiny 2 got like their latest expansion release, or not release, but reveal. Themed titled Renegades, and guess what? It's very heavily themed.
What?
Yeah, apparently not any actual like crossover, but it's as borderline Star Wars as you can fucking get.
Oh, come on. They're getting sued right now for copyright infringement.
Like we got blaster pistols that look like Star Wars blasters. You got lightsabers. There's a so here's the thing. It's fucking weird if you go find a screenshot of it. It's like don the art. Yeah, it's like Star Wars inspired dark side armor sets for the classes.
Oh.
And like Titan is just straight up Darth Vader. It's like that's not even inspired. That's just Darth Vader.
Oh no.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I was just like, this is where we're going with this, huh?
Oh yeah, no, this is like Palworld and Pokemon 100.
Yeah.
No, what? No, this is fucking Star Wars.
No, dude,
What?
it straight up says the Destiny 2 tweet says Star Wars inspired dark side armor ornament sets.
No, they're gonna have to have some kind of fucking because they wait.
Yeah, no,
There was
everything in this
apparently
article
Darth
says
Vader
it channels it, but like there's no actual, supposedly no
I
actual Star Wars
guess.
crossover.
No,
Well,
I'm looking at Kylo Ren. and
No,
Darth Vader,
but that's
and
what I
General
mean.
Grievous.
Like it would have to be, because there's no fucking way.
Yeah, like this has to be, they got like some licensing deal, right?
Yeah, people are like, it's like a strictly Destiny expansion and Star Wars cosplay is probably the best descriptor.
I like this comment. Wow, that Vader costume looks like hammered shit. It kind
It
of
does. It looks really bad.
That is such a perfect descriptor for it. This is like, this has to be a. There's no way this can't be licensed. Like, it's the same thing.
I that's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be, but like everything this mentions says like inspiration.
No, I think it's licensed. It has. There's no way you could.
It probably would have to end up being.
Yeah.
There's no way it wouldn't be.
These aren't like kind of dark, same colors or say like this is straight
these are
up
like
Darth
dead
Vader.
On.
That is Kylo Ren.
That's why it's funny to hear their tweet be like their tweet be like heavily inspired, like our dark side Star Wars inspired thing.
I mean, the game itself is pretty Star Wars adjacent. Like,
there's all the fact they're adding lightsabers
outfits.
and like just straight up Star Wars blasters.
Yeah.
So
Man, that is a good way to lose your community as soon as you start making the game feel like a different franchise. Oh,
I mean, I think Fortnite just had another fucking Star Wars crossover. You can now have Emperor Palpatine with an assault rifle.
yeah, but a lot of people, especially for Destiny, they really vibe with kind of the feel and themes of the game. So when you just be like, "Hey, we're Star Wars now. We're gonna have some
It's funny too,
lightsabers,"
because didn't they just finish like the first massive kind of arc that was about the light and dark?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to story for Destiny.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the final shape was like the end of their whole light versus dark thing, and now they're going dark side inspired things with running.
I'm kind of in agreement. It does feel weird to have crossovers at all in Destiny.
They didn't
It's
really
its
need it.
own whole ass thing. Same thing
Yeah.
when I saw Overwatch was having a Street Fighter crossover. I'm like, I feel like Overwatch was originally the kind of game that was like, we'll never do crossovers because we have our own
But
original characters.
They also did Transformers though, didn't they? And a couple other
They did.
things. Well, My Hero Academia was too, right?
The Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So weird.
But like, can you find anything that this is actually like licensed to do this, or
I haven't. So the article didn't say anything about licensed stuff. I don't know if we have any more information.
oh no,
Star Wars.
no, they're gonna get sued again.
Oh no.
I just like this. I really don't want to cosplay as Darth Vader in Destiny 2. Okay, some other articles I'm seeing say that like they're using the word crossovers. And then there's others that are like Star Wars themed expansion.
Oh god. Well, all right.
I guess we'll find out if they get sued, then we'll know.
That's gonna be the most shut down case I've ever saw. Because as soon as you look at this, you're like, oh yeah, no, they're done.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a disclaimer. I have not. I don't actually know. This seems like there's equal case of it being a crossover, equal case of it not being. So who the hell knows?
It's got to be licensed because
It
they're
has to be.
actively getting sued for thievery like right now. So they're not gonna like steal stuff while
I mean, they've
they're
already
getting
had
sued
one,
for
right?
stealing.
From like months ago.
It's still ongoing. That
Yeah.
was we
The writing
didn't
thing,
say
yeah.
anything, but yeah, they were that's still ongoing, and the judge.
No,
we
the
were
Star
laughing at
Wars
the news
crossover. They had a crossover with Star
Oh,
Wars.
was there
Right?
an original? Okay,
From like
I
I'm
didn't
finding
know if
stuff
they
from like
did.
3 months ago.
Oh.
But
dang, we don't know anything about Destiny.
I don't know if
That's
those
true.
skins specifically are They might have been
I see what you're
okayed.
saying.
type situation
All
because
right.
they've had a crossover. Because I mean,
Okay.
I have one more thing.
We have one more. Okay, well, we'll
Yeah.
keep an eye on that and see. We'll try and sort it out. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
might
know.
be a keep an eye on it type thing.
Yeah.
Oh yes, okay. I did see some on that, the stormtrooper armored stuff, but yeah, I don't know if these new ones are a part of that or not. Also, that looks kind of crappy in Destiny.
They all look crappy. Like hammered shit. Okay, what else you got?
So it revolves around Overwatch, but it might be a positive thing because it involves unions. So the Overwatch devs have formed an almost 200-person strong union with the CWA called the Overwatch Game Makers Guild.
More unions.
One of the interesting things about this one is, so you know how like a while back, talk about the ZeniMax one that was for QA workers. This Overwatch one is for like, it's like cross discipline, so multiple departments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so which is a lot harder to do.
You should have picked a better acronym. OGMOG isn't very good.
What? Agqua?
Overwatch Game Makers Guild, OGMOG. I don't know. Not the important part, but you know.
So yeah, the abbreviation I saw was because they include the CWA in it, so it's like Agqua.
Oh no. You gotta sell yourself. We're here to stop. Shut up.
Is there anything that triggered it, or is it just kind of part of them following the trend of what's going on?
It didn't exactly state. It says one thing, Microsoft has recognized it.
Yeah, I mean they kind of
have
they're not going to say no.
Nope. Thanos snap it.
Okay, yeah. After a long history of layoffs, crunch, and subpar working conditions in the global video game industry.
Okay,
so
yeah,
just
it's more like a
the stuff
public
that's been
statement
happening.
Than,
here. The biggest issue was the layoffs at the beginning of 2024.
Yeah. So just a result of events that have already transpired.
People just want some kind of job security,
yeah.
And they deserve it. So good for them. I hope they get it. I'm not a big Overwatch fan anymore, but I really hope, you know, I'm a big game dev fan. Like,
that's why I put the pretext on,
take care of these fucking people.
That's why I put the pretext on, like, it's Overwatch, but it is a union for game devs, so.
Yeah, no. Please take care of these people. Stop treating them like shit.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, that's that, more positive note to end it on.
Yeah, no, that's that. I have my own feelings about Overwatch 2 or Overwatch whatever at this point.
Overwatch Stadium
and
now.
Blizzard
Overwatch Fighter.
Shut up. All right, that doesn't apply to the people that made it. It applies to mostly the business decisions around it. So
okay, because we like kind of found out that it was mostly Activision pulling all that crap.
Yeah. Most of everything bad in gaming was caused by Bobby Kotick. Like, he's kind of the number one villain for almost every bad thing. So,
crazy.
All right, cool. We good?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Well, thank y'all so much for listening. It's been a pleasure having you. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here today. We'll get back into some more Wildgate soon, I'm sure. Even I kind of want to play it again.
I've been sitting here wanting to.
Yeah, of course. That's all we want to do is play games. It's fine. If you enjoy the episode, leave a like, leave a comment, rate us 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. Do both of them. That's cool. I like that.
Double whammy.
Otherwise, yeah, send us an email at giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com and I'll get back to you at some point. Somebody will. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, tell your mom Happy Mother's Day from us. Show her this podcast.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What?